So as you can see from this extremely detailed, in-depth diagram of the human figure that I have created on this whiteboard, I'm going to show you today why this chakra right here, the sacral chakra, is so important with sexual transmutation, with the flow of the energy in our bodies. Welcome back. My name is Dre. I help people master their journey. And in this video, I'm going to go over the sacral chakra, sexual transmutation, what this all has to do, how it all comes together, how all of our chakras, the 7 main energy sources in our body, work in tandem to create the exceptional human being that I always talk about. But I'm going to explain to you today how to make it useful, how to put it in play and see the benefits, okay? With another side of the story that people don't talk about. People don't really touch on this subject a lot, and I want to add to this conversation. So I sincerely hope that you stay to the end of this video. Listen up, man. I'm going to give you a nice little explanation of each one of our chakras, but I'm going to focus on the sacral chakra today. So if you dig my extremely detailed diagram of the human body, comment down below. Tell me if you dig my art skills. So check it out. First and foremost, I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. This is simply because of the research I've done, the experiments and trials and tribulations that I've gone through with developing myself. If you want more information, I sincerely think that you should go research it. First, I want to talk about the blocks. The physical symptoms that you may be having because of blocks in your sacral chakra. Low back pain, cysts, urinary tract infections. Okay? Just to name a few of the physical things. Now, lack of sexual interest, maybe overindulgence of sexual interest can cause blocks. Okay, we don't want that. We want everything to flow naturally. We want to get over these blocks. We want to let that energy be released. This is a rough estimate that we now know it is measurable in science that these energy cells are in the body. It is not woo-woo, spiritual, mystical stuff anymore. Dr. Dispenza talks about this a lot. I very much so encourage you to go look into his work, read his books. So let's start off at the top. Okay, right here. This is your crown chakra. This is the crown. What does the crown do? The crown's function is spirituality, letting go, fulfillment. Okay, just to name a few. I'm not going to go super in depth until we get to the sacral. Then I'm going to give you a nice chunk of knowledge you can walk away with and make changes in your life and move forward. No FAP, semen retention. Let's put it to use. Let's not just go 4 years without ejaculating and think that that's doing something for our body. And then walking around wondering, why do I keep getting UTIs? Why does my back hurt all the time? You know, I'm healthy, I stretch, I take care of myself, but for some reason I still have these pains around that area. We're going to handle that today. So below the crown chakra, this is my favorite chakra. I love looking into this. Your third eye or brow chakra. So the brow chakra, it is very much so correlated to intuition, visualization, clairvoyance. This, very cool to look into. Opening your third eye has insane effects on your life. We'll get into that in another video. Next, going down the line, your throat chakra. Now, comment down below, expression. If you have blocks here, if you have problems expressing yourself, being honest, your communication, the throat chakra, of course. And you know what's down the line? What's right after that? Listen, your heart chakra is so important. The reason why your heart chakra is so important is because the electromagnetic energy that surrounds your heart is directly correlated to the electromagnetic energy that is in your brain, that surrounds your brain and your whole being. So Dr. Dispenza talks about this a lot, and he states that this is the correlation between the physical body and the spiritual being, connecting the physical being and the spiritual being. They're directly correlated. When you get those two in tandem, that's where the magic happens. Things work together. That's what we want. Heart chakra. If you want me to go into another video about the power of the heart chakra, attraction, love, okay, how it correlates to sexual transmutation or retention, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it. Let's keep going. Your solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus, man. So, by the way, this is represented by the color yellow. I just didn't have a yellow marker. So, we're using green today, but imagine that it's yellow. This is where strength, ego, self-awareness, actualization, this is where this lies. If you have problems with your ego or self-worth, you got some blocks. And also, we're going to skip the sacral for now. The root chakra. The root. The most problems that I've seen with people when they come to me and they say, I need help. Pills aren't working, drugs aren't working, psychiatrists aren't working. Okay, I can't do this. Religion's not working. It doesn't work. I need something else. What do I do? And I always find that their root chakra has the most blocks. And the reason for this is because it represents, and the function of the root chakra is safety, grounding, stability, and most important, survival. A lot of young guys that come to me and they grew up without, say like they have a broken family and they didn't grow up with any parents. They have a survival mechanism turned on that is creating blocks. It's causing blocks in their root chakra because they're constantly in survival mode and not thriving. They are not in the conditions of love, acceptance, peace, joy, happiness, enlightenment. They're not at that level of consciousness. So when you stay stuck in these low vibration states, your chakras will be counterproductive to your well-being because they're powerful both ways, in the positive and in the negative. Okay? They're very, very powerful. So here's one thing that I've realized. You don't start at the root chakra. You would think that, logically it seems, we start at the root chakra. We need to clear the base first. No. The heart. The heart is where you begin. And also, that brings me to the sacral chakra. This right here, man. This chakra, whoops. Got to spell it right. This is where we harness all of that energy by retaining our seed. We can speed it up and make it useful, and then we don't have to sit there and wait through meditation and move this energy along and watch your life change drastically, in very powerful, positive ways. So listen up, man. Your sacral chakra, if you build up energy in any of these chakras, like if you build it up, you're building it up and you're purposely building it up. What's going to happen is if you don't release this energy, okay, it's going to build up and cause problems. Over time, lack of sexual interest, physical problems with your bladder, your kidneys, Okay, with women, your uterus, your ovaries. Think about it. You're building and building this energy, and it has nowhere to go. It's going to cause problems to everything around it. Just like in the root chakra that I've seen with clients. They have been stuck in survival mode, in faulty beliefs about themselves and the story that they're living in their life. They're just stuck. And by building that energy up and not releasing it, staying stuck in their ideas, okay? This is where problems happen. This is where problems happen. Okay? And it makes you toxic. We don't do this bullshit over here. We want to live a positive, fruitful, grateful life. We want to help others. We want to aid in anything we can to raise people to a higher level of consciousness. That's what we do over here. Okay? If you've been harnessing your sexual power for months and months, and you do not allow it to move, sure, it'll seep in a little bit. But let's take an example here. Let's say that you're suffering a broken heart, okay? You still have hang-ups or ill feelings towards someone in the past. You're literally holding on to bad energy and forcing it to grow in your heart, and you're just making it harder and harder and harder for this energy to get past, to be let go. So this is where so many people get hung up. I did this for so long. I thought, if I just don't jerk off, I practice retention, the longer I go, the more powerful it gets. False. It has to do with your age. When you're younger, it gets more powerful faster. And we all vibrate, okay? Every one of these chakras vibrates at a measurable frequency in all of us. Nobody is different. The amount of time that it takes to power up your chakras, that's what's different. And that has to do with your age, man. The younger, hey man, you can do it quick and it happens fast. The older you get, it takes longer to cultivate that energy. Okay? But here's the thing. When you cultivate it and you move it and you power up each one of these chakras, you power them up completely to where they are just vibrating at the highest power of the frequency that they are at. That's when good things come into your life. That's when you are able to let go. Okay? That's whenever you are able to see through people's lies. You become superpowered. Okay? You have no problem speaking your mind. You are comfortable because this and all of these are connected. If you don't feel grounded and confident and out of survival mode and just comfortable with your own being, you cannot speak your mind. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how this all correlates? Now, for all my crystal folks out there, I thought I'd write this down just because it's getting popular and I think it's really cool to look into stuff like this. Check it out, man. These are very powerful crystals that I use personally. The only one I don't have is a sunstone. But I use them and I love them. And I have them sitting around in my meditation room. I have an area that I specifically use for meditation. And I think that you should do that as well. But listen, man, the red jasper, the orange calcite, the sunstone, the carnelian, the orange aventurine. Very, very powerful stones. Take a screenshot, look into those stones, and see if you can find them. They're usually very easy to come by, but check them out. Since the sacral chakra, its functions are sexuality, sensuality and creativity. Not a lot of people talk about that. Creativity. Let that sink in. It's not just for sexuality. I think a lot of guys get hung up on this because they're so focused on getting a piece of ass. And this is a huge, huge part of this that nobody talks about. Everybody misses this. The sacral chakra, Swadhisthana. It is a very powerful area of the body. When you are harnessing and cultivating this energy and you're using it to power up these chakras, think about what you can do in your life. Let's stop thinking about getting girls. Let's stop thinking about these petty prizes. Think about what you can do in the world when you power these up. That's what I want to leave you with today, because I'm going to do more videos on this. I think it's not spoken of enough. I think there's some really good videos on chakras and healing and their purpose, but not a lot that have to do with semen retention for men and young men that are, addicted to porn, man. They have compulsive issues that they just can't see the bigger picture. And I hope stuff like this helps you realize that there's a bigger thing. There's a bigger picture than any of your little petty desires, man. So there you have it, my friend. The chakras, specifically your sacral chakra. I hope you take away from this video a lot of value. Comment down below. Tell me your biggest takeaway. What did you get out of this video, or you didn't get out of this video, that you wish you heard? I love to hear y'all's thoughts. It gives me inspiration, because this knowledge, I believe, is the most powerful stuff that really, truly changed my life. Nutrition, fitness, spirituality, and your passion in life. I talk about those all the time. But the one thing that took me to another level was spirituality. We all learned how to do a push-up. We all learned at school that we're supposed to eat vegetables. Little things like that. It's like we all know what to do, but we just don't do it. So that stuff was just kind of like getting the routine, getting into the habits, surface level stuff. But the internal work, the real work on your energetic spiritual being, that's the stuff that changed my life, man. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, my friend.